All right, welcome to episode 5 of the Zero-1 Shootout here on YouTube and on the podcast network of your choice. This is Mark Reb coming to you from Champaign, Illinois. As usual, joined by my buddy Minderz. Minderz, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm all
I'm
right.
ready for this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend, and I think we've got a nice way to set up the weekend. We got a fun show for today. At least I hope so. I mean, this could get a little hairy. But
Yeah, it'll be all right.
yeah, we got some special guests with us this week, Minderz. So why don't we go and bring them in, and then see what happens? What do you say?
That sounds like a plan.
All right. So first, we have former junior heavyweight champion, former tag team champion from the Lowlifes. We got Jordan Perry. Jordan, how you doing, man?
Oh, it's gonna get hairy, Mark. It's gonna get hairy. How we doing, Mindy? How we doing, guys?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're ready for this weekend.
We're ready.
I bet you are.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, but I don't think we can do it until we bring in the rest of the crew here. So looks like we have, along with Dallas Preacher, looks like we got the man with us, Jordan. We got the 0-1 USA heavyweight champion, one Joey O'Reilly. Joey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Hold on. I don't mean to speak for Joseph, my broseph Joseph, but this isn't going to be one of your normal podcasts. This isn't your weekly jobber from the roster podcast. You are now speaking to the heavyweight champion, the 0-1 heavyweight champion of the world. When you speak to Joey from now on, it's not Joey O'Reilly. You can address him as Sir, Champion, or Champ, any of the above work. But let's keep it professional, Mark.
Well, I'm nothing if not professional, so I think I can agree to that. Guys, thanks all of you for coming on with us. It's you got a big weekend ahead of you. You got the how the Lowlifes Stole Christmas on Saturday, and this is going to be my first quote unquote takeover show that I'm going to be in attendance for. So I'm looking forward to it. So I guess the first thing I've got to ask about is I mean, we know we got the main event. It's going to be Champ. I'm trying to agree. Defending against Marvin. And we'll get to Marvin more a little bit as we go on. But I think I want to know what you guys have. Like, we've seen the card for the show. And I got to know, do you guys have anything like special planned for this? I mean, we saw the celebration at the last show. It ended how it did. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But, yeah, so, like, you got anything special planned for Saturday?
Champ, you want this one?
It's, I would say we have a lot planned, but, I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody our plans because, there could be people listening and there could be people waiting to just seize and ruin that opportunity from us. Now, you said this is your first takeover show. This is not our first takeover show. In fact, this is our third takeover show. We had one, then, what was it? EOE did a takeover show, which Jordan made his triumphant return, and we took that show over from them. So this is our, third takeover show, Jordan?
Sounds about right. It's the only show that truly matters at the end of the day, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
Hey, looks like we've got somebody else waiting to jump in, so I'll go to introduce him. We have the head of Lowlife Security joining us here, Tony G. Tony, how you doing, man?
Good. Doing good.
Thanks for coming on with us. We got the whole crew with us, Minderz. This is exciting.
I'm excited. I've been following the Lowlifes for a while.
Yeah,
this is easily the best version of the Lowlifes because we're missing the one egg, the rotten egg that we threw away. This is easily the best version.
You're talking to the ones. You're talking to the ones that tried to help put him over. So I guess this could get a little hairy today.
I'm the one that put him over. I'm the one that made Marvin what he is. He needed the tough love I gave him. That's why he became a champion, because of my tutelage.
Yeah,
I'll agree with Tony on that one.
The only reason Marvin's anything is because he was with the Lowlifes. It's the only reason. And now he's nothing. He's back to being nothing again.
Exactly.
He gets a bigger pop than you do, Tony.
It don't matter.
Because those people feel sorry for Marvin.
So, Champ, let's get into the match. I know you guys have had a lot to say about the match and how you say you're gonna beat him with ease, which you're the champ. You gotta say that, right? It's very hard not to be confident when you're the champ, but I've got to. I think I have to bring something up, which is, and I've gone on the record saying I think Joey O'Reilly is the ace of Zero-1. I think
Absolutely.
just knock it down.
Absolutely.
But there's the old saying, any given Sunday, But the thing is, Marvin better than anybody. All four of you guys do, and he doesn't stay down very easily. So I'm worried that it's not going to be the cakewalk that you're expecting it to be. I think he's going to keep just taking it. He's not the easiest guy to keep down.
You know what? You may be right. I will give Marvin credit. Marvin is one tough guy, and he's proved it again. But then again, I've taken down the likes of Jonathan Gresham, and I knocked Davey Richards out last month. So I can honestly say with confidence that I'm going to walk through Marvin with ease. Like Marvin's not a competitor at my level. Marvin's never wrestled anybody quite like me. In fact, Marvin's only been in singles competition 3 times. So come on.
Well, that's a fair point. And like I said, it's I'm not gonna say it'd be foolish to bet against Joey O'Reilly, but it's hard not to. So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun match. I think Marvin's gonna put up a hell of a fight, but we have to see what happens at the end. And after that one, then you got Davey Richards on the horizon one more time in about 3 weeks at the first Thursday Night Throwdown there, champ. So what's going through your mind knowing you got Davey coming up again?
First off, all right, Zero-1's completely full of it. Every time a Lowlife or the Lowlives win a title, Zero-1 throws obstacle after obstacle in front of us, and we just keep jumping them. We just keep jumping them. They thought it was funny to make my first title defense against Davey Richards, and guess what? I knocked him out and walked through him. So I'm going to sit here and say that when I defeat Marvin, I will go and I will defeat Davey Richards again. But this time, I don't think I need to defend the title against Davey. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and make that match a non-title match. Because I don't see the point in defending the title twice.
Joey, why would you? Why would you need to? You have nothing to prove to him. You've already beat him. You have no reason to. I agree.
It wasn't even close. So why have a title? Why have a title match? It wasn't even near close.
Exactly.
Did you beat him in 6 minutes or something like that? I wasn't timing it, but man, it felt fast. It felt
it's like one of the quickest matches I've ever had.
Yeah,
I'm sure it did with all you picking on him. It's kind of amazing how those one-on-one matches turn into 4-on-1s.
Hey, at the end of the day, I don't know what you saw, but there was just 2 of us in the ring, so that makes it a one-on-one match.
Yeah,
I was wearing a suit. I wasn't even trying to be in a match.
Exactly. It was a celebration that was interrupted. Tony was dressed in his best.
Yeah.
And he was belting it out there, and then it was interrupted by
one of my many
Marvin.
You know how the saying goes, right?
What's
Cheating
that?
is only illegal when you get caught.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. That is true.
Great man once said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
Exactly.
That's the truth.
So let's move on from Marvin. Like I said, we'll see what happens with that match on Saturday. Tony, I want to ask you a question here because as it stands right now, you are the sole member of Lowlife Security, right?
Well, yeah, we got Dallas over there. He's part of security too.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. We were going to get to Dallas. I wanted to find out what his role was with the group. Was he an enforcer? Was he security? Is he another wrestler?
I'm absolutely
He's
whatever
part of the
they
crew,
need me to be.
We're all just
Whatever they need me to be. That's what I get paid to do. I get paid to tear stuff up, and that's who I am.
I absolutely hate to keep coming back to Marvin. Marvin's like the gun that you throw on the ground and step on, it just keeps following you and won't get off of your shoe. But Dallas is the complete opposite. of Marvin Moser. Marvin was the most worthless security we ever could have had. The only thing that's missing now that Marvin's gone is I'm sick of carrying my own bag. Dallas is the man. Dallas is going to be the muscle, and Dallas is going to be the future of the Lowlifes. I guarantee you that. I guarantee it.
And I got all 10 fingers.
Oh,
Right, and he's got all 10 fingers. That was.
You got him with the you got him with the no.
he went there.
I can't say anything. I used to make fun of Marvin for that too.
Oh,
Yep.
savage.
Poor guy.
Uh,
Not really. We'll see.
How did he lose that finger anyway, Joey?
He cut it off or something like that. No, it got bit off. Shank bit it off. That's
Shank bit it.
That's right. That's right.
Shank bit it off. Yeah.
He lost a digit trying to protect you.
Sticking up for
Yeah,
you guys.
that's-
Yeah.
Well, that's
He's worthless. He's absolutely worthless. We still have all our fingers. Man.
Yeah. I walked out of there.
If you guys in trouble, I
I
still
have
got
all
all
my
my
digits.
fingers.
Mhm. Let's move on. Let's stop going back to Marvin. Move it along, Mark. Move it along. Oh, he's
All
sick.
right.
Sick.
So, I guess the other question I have is, you've got a pretty formidable crew here. You got Tony, you got Dallas, you got yourselves. Is there any talk of bringing anybody else into the group, or is it you guys pretty well set as you are right now?
I think that's a good one for Tony to answer.
I would like to build an entire low-life army, but it's kind of hard to do that. There's just nobody that's good enough. I would love to bring in a bunch of new kids, guys and girls. It don't matter. When we run this, we decide who wins championships. We decide who wins every match. If we want you to be first on the card, you're first on the card. If we want you to be the main event, you're the main event. So I think we go back to how we were doing it before when we were running it, and we just decide we want this guy to win, and they'll win. And we want this person to win or lose, and that's what was going to happen.
That leads me to wonder what your guys are going to do with the rest of the card, because it's a pretty good card set up for Saturday.
Saturday
You
night.
never know. We might just let it play out. Depends on how we feel.
You know, we're awfully giving. What's the show titled this month? How the Lowlifes Stole Christmas? We're awfully giving. You know, maybe we'll just give old Marvin an ultimatum. What if we just offer him to rejoin the Low? No, never mind. Continue. Sorry, move it along.
You almost got through that whole sentence.
I felt like it is the season for giving, but man, that just put a horrible taste in my mouth. I can't commit.
He can come back and be a shoe shiner.
Oh, I do need the bag carrier still.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
We got a comment here.
Oh,
Yep, somebody's listening.
somebody's listening.
Shout out to Marvin. And, I was wondering if he was going to be in the internet checking it out, but
I figured he probably would be, because he'd want to know if there was anything special planned for him at Saturday. But we'll see what happens.
We might be very giving men, but
Yeah, but what are you giving? Is it a present or is it a trick? Is the bigger question.
you know we've got.
I know the love lives. I know how the love lives work. Low lives work.
Listen, we are in the we're in the giving mood, okay? Marvin is getting a title shot, okay? I mean, it's not going to end well for him, but that's the only gift he's going to get. The only other gift we can give him is a serious beating, to the point to where he may not want to come back. And he's made a friend since us. He's made one friend since us. Kyle Pfeiffer is his only friend. A grown man with a beer gut and a skirt is his only friend. So I dare okay, you know what? We are in the giving mood, Jordan. So here's what we're going to do. Not only am I going to beat Marvin, but then all four of us are going to get in the ring and we're going to beat Marvin again.
Tis the season of giving. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Then we'll let a couple matches happen, and then we'll drag Marvin back out through the curtain, and we'll beat him again.
Hey,
Sounds
Mindy,
like a fun
Mark,
night.
how does that sound?
Marvin, you like that? Oh, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll let Dallas powerbomb him through a table, and then beat him again.
It's the gift that keeps giving all year long, Clark.
Real nice,
it's
Clark.
it's a far cry from the Jelly of the Month Club, I suppose, but
Yeah.
but it's it's definitely seems very on brand with you guys to kind of try. I'm not going to say try to because I mean it's your show, so you're running the show. So one thing I was curious about when they first started announcing the matches, they announced this 4-way for the vacant junior heavyweight title, and I was actually a little surprised. Jordan, I figured you might throw your hat in the ring on now and try to step up because being a former champ and all.
Been there,
Yeah.
done that. My focus right now in wrestling is my brosif, Joseph. So we all know that Joey is the pinnacle. He's the top of the mountain. He is the most well-rounded athlete in all of Zero-1 USA right now. See, we've known this all along. He's had the odds stacked up against him. He's beat Warhorse. He's beat Davey Richards. I think he's even beat Fitchett. He has beat everyone. We've known for a very long time that he's the top of the mountain. So moving forward, I'm a team player. Joseph is my brosif. I'm going to support him moving forward and make sure that he stays right on top of the mountain.
Hey, Tony, you're not worried that the guys are going to turn their backs on you, are you?
No, I've known these guys since I was a little kid. We're all just boys.
Okay. Well, they
Listen,
turn their
Tony
back on.
shouldn't have to worry. Tony does his job. Tony doesn't complain of what's asked of him. Tony doesn't whine, bitch, moan, and complain about anything. If we need something done and we ask Tony to do it, Tony will do it with a smile on his face, with all 10 digits.
Yep. I'll put myself in danger for the sake of the Lowlifes, for the sake of our goals, which is almost always getting all the belts.
Ooh, all the belts.
That's what it is for me. That's what I want. I want the Lowlifes to have all the belts.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
That makes me wonder,
We've done it before.
I was gonna say because you guys, Jordan and Champ, you guys were tag team champions, very well respected tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a possibility maybe I don't know Tony and Dallas, maybe you guys go for the tag titles or something? Maybe add a little more gold to the Lowlifes.
Maybe one day. Never know.
I can see the Lowlifes having all the belts again. I've seen it before.
It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. We'll get there.
I kind of feel like maybe you're onto something there, Mark. See, ever since Joey's won that heavyweight championship, man, our pocketbooks, our paychecks at the end of the day, whoo, they are going up. They're going up, up, up. So if we just added more gold to the group, does that mean they double, multiply?
Yeah, that's exactly what that would mean.
Yeah. That's what they say, the gold equals money, right? So
it does. That's why we're here, and that's why that belt's going to stay right there on that waist. It's not going anywhere.
So let me ask you this, just for the champ. If I think
we lost the champ.
We lost Joey. So hopefully we can get him back here. I don't know what happened there. I'm not one to criticize technical issues on this podcast. So
it happens
all the time.
So I'll throw this to you, Jordan, since you're right there. So Joey's got Marvin coming up. He's got Davey. I'm not going to say. Is there anybody else that we're? Oh, there he is. Hang on, right back.
Oh, he's back.
Champ, I think we lost.
There we go.
It's all good. So I was about to ask Jordan something, but I think it'd be better coming from you. So you got Marvin Saturday. You got Davey on the 5th. Is there anybody else in that locker room that I'm not going to say worries you, but anybody else that's on your radar to defend against that you really have an eye on?
There's no one worthy enough to face me. I mean, if there was, I mean, it would probably be, you know what? Never mind. No, there's just no one worthy enough. You know, and it just seems like Zero-1 is just handing out opportunities left and right.
Okay.
Literally. Joey, is there anybody on the 0-1 roster that you haven't already beaten?
No.
I mean,
no, I've beaten them all. Or we've beaten them all.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because right before you beat Marvin for the title, you did have a couple matches with the Cobra that didn't exactly go you guys' way. So that makes me wonder if maybe he would be in line for a title shot going forward. But
so why would the Cobra need a title shot? I already beat him.
Yeah, but he beat you too. So
yeah, but he didn't do it fair. And you know, there was a lot going on there. Yeah, you know what? So I mean, the Cobra had his opportunity the first time, so maybe Maybe if he would have pinned me the first match or, done it right the second time, maybe he'd be in line for a title shot. But right now, the Cobra's not anywhere on my radar. You see, once I beat him, they just drop right to the bottom. It doesn't matter if they get a rematch or not. They couldn't get the job done the first time.
I know what you're
So
going to say.
why should I offer them?
Mark, I know where you're going with this. You're going to say you beat Cobra, then he beats you. Let's be honest here. The only reason that Cobra beat Joey is because we handed it to him.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that is true. You did get involved in the end of that match, so I'll give you that.
We were busy with our master plan of winning the heavyweight title. It just happens that Marvin swerved and got in the way. He wasn't part of the plans. Joey was going to walk out of that month champion. There was no doubt about it. We'd had it planned for months. We were just getting there.
Marvin's just the luckiest man alive, and he happened
doofus.
to be the one that was in the way.
He is always in the way. Such a doofus.
So the plan the whole time for that anniversary show was for Joey to cash in that briefcase and win no matter who the champion was.
Absolutely. We talked about it 6 months prior and knew exactly what we were doing.
As Tony said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. These things take time to plan. You got to plan them and execute them with such precision, and it has to be on the right time and the right person. Like Jordan said, Marvin just got in the way. He was not a part of those plans.
No, we had no idea Marvin would even be there. It's that piece of gum that you threw out and it got stuck to the bottom of your shoe. It just doesn't go away. I see at that moment, we knew that Joey was going to walk out heavyweight champion that night, but we had no idea who he was going to beat. We didn't know if it was going to be a good guy or a bad guy. So we needed the odds in our favor. We needed the believability that I was a bad guy and Joseph was a good guy. There's the odds of that. If we came out together, you know what's happening. If we come out one and then the other, not looking like we're together, nobody knows where we're going. Nobody can know what we're doing. We're masterminds. We're the most deceitful people that there are. The Lowlifes isn't just a moniker. It's a way of life, baby.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. You guys had that whole crowd just in the palm of your hand that night. I was there front row. So, yeah, they were bought in. They were just hook, line, and sinkers there. So
I watched it 1,000 times. Have you boys watched that back 1,000 times?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It went from the most glorious moment of all time to the most shocking moment of all time to the most quiet moment of all time. I don't think anybody had any idea what was going on for the longest amount. I think everybody, I know that our fan base, they're not the smartest, but I think their tiny little minds were blown that night. I don't think they could. Hi, Mindy. How you doing, baby?
Yeah, I heard that.
Sorry.
Yep, I heard that. I'll make sure to relay the message to AJ. So Joey, I got a question. When are you giving Lander another chance?
I'm not giving Landers a shot. Why would I give? He doesn't deserve anything. Landers has not done anything to prove that he's worthy of anything. So he goes out there and learns how to fall off a ladder and go through another ladder. Does that make him worthy enough of getting a title shot? No. It's not my fault Landers can't hold on to it. To Marvin, of all people, that's who Landers lost his belt to, was Marvin. I mean, if he would have lost it to Analog, I understand that. But he lost it to Marvin. So therefore, in my book, that qualifies him as, well, you suck, buddy.
Before that, he only beat ex-champions who I haven't seen wrestle until they wrestled him recently.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so Lander's out of the question there. What about Camaro? Because he never got his rematch either after Lander beat him a few months ago.
Man, there's a lot of guys that never got their rematch clause. Why don't you throw them all in a match, let Joey destroy them all, and then we can move on with the conversation. The belt's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter who lines up. It doesn't matter who was cheated. It doesn't matter who lost their title and needs their rematch. Throw them all in a match against Joey. He'll take it home. Easy.
Mark, I'm leaving this one up to you. I'm going to keep my mouth shut for a little bit.
Yeah, Minderz just trying not to cause any trouble here.
Go for it, Minderz. We like the controversy. Give it to us.
Nope, we're good for now.
Who do you guys think a deserving challenger for the champions belt is?
I don't know. I mean, I said off the top of my head, I was thinking, just from what he's been doing the last few shows, I'd say to Cobra, if Camaro comes in, yeah, but he's always doing his 2 shows every night, and you never know when he's going to be around. You know, which no fault of his. You know, you got to make that money. You know, but,
Right.
but I don't know. There's also some people outside of 0-1 that I would be real curious to see come in and take you on, Joey. Just I don't know how I would make that happen. I mean, I don't have any real juice to do any booking. Like that's up to David, you know. But
do you think we get paid more if Joey beats him?
well, it might be high profile. The guy I'm thinking of, because it's a guy that wrestles in AAA Japan, GCW. But I don't know how familiar you are with the guy named Gringo Loco. Had him on my other podcast about last year, and he's really been making a heck of a name for himself. That's a guy I'd be really curious to see you go in the ring with sometime. However, like wherever that would be. So that's just who I'm thinking off the top of my head.
What do you
I
say,
want to see him go against Conley.
Oh, Conley. That could be interesting.
Very.
You know, I don't really want to touch on this much, but I once saw Joseph smoke Connolly with a chair. Smoke him. And he just stood there and stared at him.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
Remember that,
But he
Joey?
just stood there and stared.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was beautiful. That man has no brains. Nothing happened.
You got a very, very hard head, that's for sure.
Hmm?
But also, he's kind of his own worst enemy. Like, more likely get disqualified just from nailing the referees or whatever. So that could theoretically be a walk in the park for you, because you know Conley do all the dirty work himself. You know,
Hey, you have very much respect for somebody who'll do anything to get where they want to be.
this is true. We used to call that horseman style back in the day.
Right? I agree. Is that does that mean you're referring to us as the new
No, I
horseman?
didn't say that. No.
Oh, okay. Hey, I got
That's
you.
a big statement. I mean, you guys are damn good. You're a hell of a group. You know, a lot of talent. But I might get roasted if I was to make that claim right now. But it remains to be seen.
L is the new 4.
Hmm.
There are 4. Yeah, that makes sense. So they've announced most of the card for Saturday. Tony, do you have plans to wrestle at all on Saturday?
If I feel like it, I don't know. See if I feel like beating somebody up when I get there, and then I will if I want to.
Okay. Then I got one more thing I want to mention. I want to ask a question to Dallas, if that's all right. You've got a match coming up on January the 5th in Edgewood. And is that your first official 0-1 match?
Yeah, that'll be my first official 0-1 match. Yes.
Okay. Let me get the opponent here.
You gonna bring up the picture of it?
Oh yeah, you're taking on CMC. So
Who's that?
He's
Exactly.
the guy that's wrestling Conley on Saturday. So you may have a match depending on if he makes it out alive or not.
It's going to be a tough holidays for this kid.
I'll tell you what. We've said for a few episodes. I think that he's got heat with somebody. All the people he's been getting put up against the last few weeks. He got kind of lucky. Camaro didn't show up at the last show because he was supposed to face him. Then he's got Connolly, got Dallas, which from what I've seen of you is not going to be a fun night for CMC. But yeah, he's been getting put in with some pretty tough dudes lately. So I think it's kind of been a rough holidays for him. So so what are you thinking going into that match? I mean, are there any butterflies being your first match and all, or is it just another day at the office?
Butterflies.
No, there's no butterflies. I mean, it really is just going to be another day at the office. I have the best trainer in the world, so I'm completely and utterly confident in my abilities. I think CMC, like I said, he better enjoy his Christmas, spend time with families, get all that in, because the new year is going to be a rough start for that young man.
I believe you.
I do too.
Were you guys at the celebration last month? Did you guys witness the celebration?
Yeah, we were there.
I hate terrible singing. Like,
hey, I'm with you.
Did you happen to see Dallas manhandle those 2 children?
I did.
The power that he's showing right now. How long do you think little what was his name? CMC? How long do you think he's going to last in the ring with Dallas? 20 seconds? 30 seconds?
Well, you know what? I get to witness this match firsthand because I got to wrestle Davey Richards that night, so I know Dallas is going to be in my corner. So I'm going to be in the corner of Dallas just to make sure everything goes, because I want to witness this massacre. I really do. I like violence, and I am ready for, Dallas just to murder CMC, assuming he makes it, to the show. He may not make it. So
he might have to change his name from the Prodigy to the Tragedy.
Oh, wow.
Ouch.
There's our soundbite, I think.
Well, I guess to answer my own question, the match is going to go as long as Dallas feels like playing with his own food that night?
Yes, that's exactly how it works.
Gotcha.
That's kind of how Mark and I have felt this entire time. We're like, oh, poor CMC.
Yeah, it's not going to – I think it's going to be a rough night. So I'm going to kind of detour a little bit here, Champ, because we all know you're the head trainer over at the Zero-1 Academy down in the Edgewood area. So what's now that these Thursday night throwdowns are going on and your trainees are getting a little more ring time, so what's going through your mind watching these guys as they're making this next step in from training to actually starting to wrestle?
The select few, including Dallas, that are actually ready to go out on their own and start wrestling, it makes me feel good about myself because I know that I am doing my job correctly. And my job is to make great wrestlers. Because if I go out there and I give you a crappy wrestler, then, that looks bad on me. And I just can't do that. So I got to make sure these guys are the best of the best. And I have been putting them through the absolute worst. Like Monday night, for instance, I beat all of them with a chair until they couldn't get back up. Ain't that right, Dallas? Mm-hmm.
So what happens when one of them gets good enough to beat you?
That will never happen. I assure you that will never happen. Listen, my last training group, the best one I had out of there was Devontae Knott. Okay, he's not better than me. He'll never be better than me, and I will make sure of that.
Yeah. Although it should be pointed out, he's got a damn good chance of walking out with the junior heavyweight title on Saturday, though.
You know what? I will be very proud if he does walk out with the junior heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Because that means that he has fought and he has earned that junior heavyweight title.
Yeah, we had him on last week, and he spoke very highly of training with you. So, yeah, I think he's got a good shot. Minderz, you got anything you want to throw in here?
I'm good. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm always keeping my mouth shut.
I was really looking forward to the controversial questions.
Here's the thing. I have the controversial questions, but there's a lot of things that I want to see how it plays out this week. And then I'll have more questions.
You want to know how it plays out?
Oh, the Lowlifes are going to walk away with everything. I know how this works. I understand that.
Got a spoiler for you.
But you win? Okay, got it.
Well, that's up.
Right. That doesn't surprise me at all. It's other matches such as, Gary J and Camaro. I'm interested to see what happens there.
What's the most anticipated match? Watch yourself. This Saturday.
Champ versus Marvin, please. Yeah. Mark, what are you laughing about? Because that's not the one I'm most excited to see.
No, we know you're looking forward to seeing Jacques Kennedy.
Oh, of course.
You ready? You want to see Jacques Kennedy get mauled by Max?
Yeah, I do. I do want to see Jacques Kennedy get mauled by Max. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, Minderz actually making signs for that one.
I am. I am making some signs for that one.
What's your sign going to say?
Max is God.
Max is God. I think I might make a sign.
Joseph.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. What do you think? Joseph's my broseph.
Oh, jeez.
You like it?
Yeah.
One guy Dudley would be proud. So I'm going to throw this out. Champ, what about facing Max sometime down the road? That's about the
They got real quick. it got real quiet, didn't it, Mark? It got real quiet.
Well, I told you, there's, no one's just quite worthy enough. No one is, how do I put this without being mean? Okay, I'm just going to be mean. No one's on my level. Like, I am the top athlete everywhere I go. So if you can find someone who can match my skills, my ability, my strength, and my raw stamina inside the ring, you let me know. And then maybe I'll give them a title shot.
Well, Max hasn't lost to you.
Yeah, but Max lost to DeCobra, and DeCobra lost to Joey, so the math evens out.
There you go.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
You're right. Come up with reasons to run away. I get it.
Well, reasons it might be considered logic, Minderz. Let's be fair. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Joey also lost to DeCobra.
Because we made it.
So doesn't that put Max and Cobra on the same
level?
No.
Like Tony said earlier, whoever we want to win will win. Whoever we want to lose will lose. It was all a master plan. That's the only reason the Cobra won.
I agree.
Okay.
You're a champion like Joey O'Reilly. You need a championship match with somebody who moves the needle a little bit. We have to have some excitement here. It can't just be the same old 0-1 guys we've beat over and over and over again. It's going to have to be somebody from not 0-1 that's exciting. That's the only way it's the only way we're going to be satisfied.
Okay. Mark, it's all yours.
All right, well, I don't have a whole lot more to add because I think we covered just about everything. I do appreciate you guys coming on with us today because I know you got a busy weekend ahead of you, and we're just I'm definitely curious and excited to see what happens. It's going to be a heck of a show. I think, and I'm just going to say it again. I think Marvin's going to be a little bit trickier than you're making him out to be. I think I'm not going to say he's going to give you a run for your money, but he's going to be. I'll say pesky. I think is a good word for.
He's always pissy. He's a baby.
He's a what?
He's always pissy. He's a little baby. Oh, pesky. Hey there, pesky. Gotcha.
Yeah, the audio's not great on my end.
Here's a rundown for the show on Saturday. Okay, we're going to come out in fashion like we always do. Okay, we're going to beat up Marvin. We're going to beat up Marvin again. A couple matches are going to happen. We're going to give out some gifts. We're going to beat up Marvin again. A couple more matches are going to happen. We're going to give out some more gifts. Oh, and we're going to beat up Marvin again. And if by chance Kyle Pfeiffer decides he wants to come out and help his friend, I would love to beat the hell out of Kyle Pfeiffer as well. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I'm pretty sure Kyle Pfeiffer knows better than to come mess with the two greatest 0-1 tag team champions of all time, right? That doesn't even sound smart. Come out to even up the odds against the champs.
Yeah, and it might be tricky getting past the big man over here if he wants to make that happen too. So
I agree. It's definitely the statement can be made that the odds are definitely in our favor right now. I'm pretty sure they're going to stay that way.
I'm sure they will too.
Power in numbers, baby. Power in numbers.
Yep. That's what they say. Every good champion needs a good heater, and it looks like Joey O'Reilly's got 3 of them. So I think it's going to be entertaining to see what happens going forward with you as the champ. So I want to thank you guys for coming on with us. We're going to go ahead and let you guys go. I know you got a lot going on, but Saturday at 7:00, have the Lowlifes Stole Christmas at the Burgess Auditorium in Mattoon, and so. Joey, good luck in the main event. Guys, hope you have a good show, and we'll be there front row. And so we're looking forward to it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Checks in the mail, right? Checks in the mail?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
All
right.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that was so much fun.
No, it's not like you to try to behave.
It's not
What's-
that I
what's that all
don't. I'm picking fights. That's what I'm doing. That's what I like to do. I like to annoy them, and that's what I do best. Let me poke the bear a little bit and see what happens. I mean, when you're walking around wearing a, premiere shirt when we're talking about a low life show, I like to poke the bear.
Yeah, you do like poking the bear. And picking off the guys like Lander and Jacques and all those.
Hey, it's all right. It doesn't bother me none. And you know what? I hope that here's the thing. I like to say that I'm one of those that likes the business for what it is, and I think it's still real. So allow me to really agitate you. That's what I want to do, because that can make a heel even better. So
I didn't want to say it while they were on, but I was actually trying to get Marvin to call in, but he was not available. I was going to try to give him a chance.
I just noticed that. Take a look at okay.
What?
Nothing. No, nothing. But yeah, so all right, Mark, you need to talk about the Patreon.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. I actually wasn't going to forget, but yeah. So
you told me to remind you. So let's talk about that. Then we'll talk show.
Oh yeah. If I didn't think about it, I would have very easily forgotten. But yeah, it's the big announcement this week. David Cavazos, the head cheese at Zero-1, announced that Zero-1 USA has got their Patreon set up now. And let me see, I got the tiers here. There's 3 tiers that you can go off of. Can you see me? I've got you on another window here.
I can see you, so it's you talking, so you're good.
Okay. I forget how cameras work sometimes.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. So there are 3 membership levels on the Patreon here. Thursday Night Throwdown levels, $5 a month. And what it says here: support our training school by purchasing this tier. Receive full access to videotapings of our weekly Thursday night show in Edgewood. Let's see, starting January 5th, 2023, which is the first show.
Yep.
The second tier is $12 a month. Let's see, access to video of our weekly Thursday night throwdown shows, signed 8x10 from a Zero-1 wrestler, mailed to you or available at the monthly show in Mattoon. So that's pretty cool.
Wonder who that's going to be of.
I don't know.
Probably the champ.
Well, the thumbnail on this tier is indeed the champ, Joey O'Reilly. So, and
yeah.
The third, so that one's $12 a month. The third tier, Zero-1 USA Fanatic, is $35 a month, and this comes with 1 ticket to a Zero-1 USA Pro Wrestling show in Mattoon, exclusive Zero-1 video shorts, and access to the Thursday Night Throwdown weekly videos. So that's a heck of a deal, getting a free ticket out of it. And
yeah.
So yeah, that's a really cool wrinkle to throw in for the fans for Zero-1 to give them the chance to do all that. So
I've already signed up. So
and I'm going to after I get paid. So that'll probably be next week. But before we go, let's I want to get into some of the matches here one more time before we say goodbye, Minderz. But
are we going to be on next week, Mark? Because you hadn't really said yet.
I would like to.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I think we probably can.
Okay.
Guest to be determined. You never know if he wins. Maybe I'll get Marvin on.
There you go. We should have Marvin on regardless. What the heck?
Yeah. At some point, we're going to definitely have him on. Like I said, I tried to get Marvin to call in while the Lowlifes were with us, but time schedules didn't make that possible. But yeah, we got all kinds of guys interested in coming in. We talked to Jason Pemberton, referee, about coming on.
That would be fun.
Yeah. I'd love to get the Cobra on and see what he thinks about Joey's comments about his worthiness of a title shot.
Yeah, we'll see.
That'll make me very glad we're doing it remotely because he can't strangle me, kill the messenger kind of thing.
I ain't worried.
All right. Well, Minderz, let's get to a little bit of business here. There you go. How the Lowlifes Stole Christmas. There's the picture. There's the poster. There's Marvin in the corner.
Yeah.
But looking forward to it. I was actually glad that they brought Dallas with them for the interview because I've actually meant to send him the link also, but he happened to be at Joey's house, so it just worked out.
Well, that just worked out peachy.
Yeah. All right, so let's go through the matches here. We talked about it a little bit. CMC and the Mad Dog. Yeah, unless Connolly does something to get himself disqualified, I don't know if CMC's got this one in the bag.
Heart goes out to CMC. He's got a rough road ahead of him here for the next couple months.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron, so.
Yeah.
But,
We shall see what happens.
I've been watching a lot of Connolly. Like I said, I watched most of those Zero-1 shows from this past year that got put up on YouTube, and it's it's an adventure when Connolly's out there. That's for sure.
See, now I warned you at your first show that, hey, by the way, Conley carries a chain. Be careful.
I knew about the chain, but I didn't know he threw it around. And he warned me first.
I did.
I was sitting right next to the entrance ramp that first show I was at, which was Lethal Lottery.
Yeah.
And you said, just watch out for the chain. I was like, all right.
Chain? What? Yeah. Watch out for the chain.
And I got lucky to do it the other way. So
yeah,
it worked out. All right. This Jay and Camaro. I'm looking forward to this one.
So I'm so ready for this one.
Minderz, I don't know if you're familiar with the latest T-shirts on Zero-1 or Zero-1 on JTR Post and Tees store.
I am. I actually saw them this week. I had purchased my other ones that were new, and then I was informed that there were more new ones, and
there's a couple more new ones.
We're gonna have to wait till I'll get Christmas money, and I'll get some more JTR shirts.
But the one that I'm thinking of when I see this match is the one Hoss fights draw money.
Yep.
And, if this ain't a Hoss fight, I don't know what it is. I mean, Cobra and Max was a pretty damn good Hoss fight too last show, but these two, and it reminds me of something Big E said, and it was just on one of Xavier Woods' channels talking about how he prefers the Hoss fights. He's big meaty men slapping meat is how he referred to it.
Yep. And I'm curious
not having that on the back of the Hoss fights T-shirt.
I'm curious to see what these two look like after the match, because they're both giving their all. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Pick me a winner, Minderz, Camaro or Gary.
Hey, we talked about this last week, and I'm gonna stick with my Gary J. He was one of the first ones I saw at Zero-1, and I became a fan of him that night. And I'll stick by Gary J until he proves to me that I shouldn't stick by him. So.
Stick by until the cats come home, right?
Yeah, until the cats come home. Yep.
See, I can just give him that as a catchphrase, and just really. I mean, you heard Jordan. He said I had good ideas. So.
Yep.
But
you're still going with Camaro? You still going with Quadfather?
I'm thinking Camaro, but I will be pleasantly surprised if Gary J pulls this one off. There's not a loser in this match.
There's not.
No.
There is not.
Number 3, this could be a sleeper for match of the night. Saving Gage and Jake Lander. That's going to be a really good junior heavyweight kind of showcase match for these two guys. I know Jake is a heavyweight champion, but at his core, he's still a junior heavyweight in stature and in ability,
Well, when you're shorter than I am, and I'm only 5'3", so what?
You paid to see him, though. He said so.
I do not pay to see him. I'm definitely not paying to see him for this show. I can guarantee you that. What?
I've had a show where those two guys teamed up before. Oh, hello.
Mm-hmm.
My cat has arrived.
No.
My wife is not doing her due diligence and keeping them out of the studio, but that's all right. She might be gone.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Gage or Lander? I'm thinking Lander is going to take this one.
I hope Gage does. After Lander came after me, I can't say he's going to win a match.
Yeah. Yeah. This will be the second time I've seen Gage in the ring in person. The first time was when he challenged Pitch at the Lethal Lottery show.
Oh yeah.
And they're impressive.
Well, you said you went back and watched some of the other shows, right?
Yeah, I saw a few more of his matches on there.
Of the 3-man matches, that was Lander, Sabin, and Carrot, and those, oh my gosh, those are still some of my favorites. Yeah. And it's not because Carrot's in it, it's because they were really good matches. So, shush, I don't want to hear it tonight.
All right. next one we got the vacant junior heavyweight championship. Analog, Anakin, Devontae, and Wilder. Now you said you're still thinking Anakin, right?
I'm still thinking Anakin. Like I said last week, though, I'm going with Anakin, but I would be happy with any of these guys. I think all of them have earned the right to be there. Wilder is the wild card, pun intended. So we'll see what happens. But those other three guys have been in junior heavyweight contention for a long time, and it would be nice to see. It'll be good to see any of them win. So we'll see what happens from there.
I'm going to throw a monkey wrench. My head tells me Devontae Knox is going to win. But I'm going to go out on a pretty significant limb. I'm going to say Eli Wilder is going to take this.
You're going out on a really, really long limb there, Mark.
I'm going on a really long limb on that. I think Eli Wilder might just be the guy to win this match because nobody would expect it.
That's true. There is something to be said there, but we really shouldn't count out Victor.
Yeah.
Say Victor's been champ once before, so it's definitely going to be one of those. Like you said, I know you said earlier that Sabin and Lander could be match of the night. I think this junior heavyweight could be match of the night.
Oh, definitely.
There's something about the junior heavyweights that it's so fast paced, and there's always something going on that I'm sure by the end of this show, everybody's going to be exhausted.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for myself. I have to get up at 5 a.m. on Sunday to go to work. So.
Oh no.
The wife will be driving home, and I'll be probably sleeping in
in the car.
So then the one if I'm not mistaken, is your pick your favorite match on the card, Minderz?
Yes. Yes, I'm so excited to see this, but I'm interested to see what part EOE is going to play in this.
Yeah, because she's not announced for anything for the show, but she's always there in some form or fashion. So.
And we still got Jacques Kennedy, I see on our.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to change the
It's all right. It's Kennedy.
No disrespect intended to Jacques, but.
No disrespect.
No, but then the other thing we found out today, Minderz, the boss said that he's got a little Christmas present in mind for the fans on Saturday.
It's not going to be the boss that has the surprise. It's going to be the lowlifes that are going to pick some group to freaking come in and beat up on Country Air and whatever.
So for those that don't know, Country Air is scheduled to defend the Zero-1 tag team titles, but their opponents are at this moment unknown by anyone.
And they will not be known until Showtime.
Yeah. I have a hunch, but I don't want to.
Oh, I have a hunch too.
Yeah. I won't say it because I don't want to potentially spoil anything. But yeah, so the main event, Max and
what, Mark? I'm hoping. This is who I'm hoping.
It might be them. I'm thinking something different, but I don't know. Should I say?
We'll see. Nah. Let's leave it up in the air since we don't know for sure, and I don't want to be held accountable.
Right. I don't want to sound like a smarty pants. I don't
All right, let's wait till after the podcast. We'll talk about it then.
Yeah. I don't like using the word Mark to describe fans because that's my name, and then gives all Marks a bad name. But I don't want to come up like that if I make my guess and then that's not who it is.
Well, that's why we call ourselves Smarks.
Well, there you go.
We're smart.
All right, so let's get back to the main event, which I'm assuming is going to be the main event. Max and Jacques. How many pieces will Jacques be in at the end of that show?
Oh, I hope a lot. I hope a lot. They ripped my sign into pieces. So as many pieces as my sign ended up in, I hope that's how many they end up in.
I know it's very unlikely most of the time, but there's always a part of me that hopes that sometime Max is going to come to the ring with Father Mitchell, the Sinister Minister. Because
Sinister Minister.
Jim Mitchell does manage Max in the NWA, so.
Yep. I wouldn't mind seeing Heidi come out to the ring with Max.
Who?
Heidi, their partner, their tag team partner when they do their tag teams. Heidi.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
I like Heidi too.
Yes.
And then of course we've got. Is that everything? I think that's everything, isn't it?
I think that's everything that's announced.
That's announced. Correct.
That's announced. I mean,
they said there was going to be plenty of Christmas presents for us, so I'm interested to see what the Lowlifes consider Christmas presents.
Yeah, it could be one of those, give a handshake and then just do this,
For some reason, I have a feeling we're going to get some sort of bull thrown at us for being in the front row from everybody that night, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see. All right. Yeah. So that's what we got planned for Saturday. Let's talk a little bit about January 5th, Minderz, because I think you and I are both going to be there.
We are. That's the plan. As long weather permitting, that's the biggest thing.
Weather permitting, right? That's the big thing. Yeah. But there you go. Thursday night throwdown in Edgewood, the first one, and Joey talked about it when he was with us. He says it's going to be non-title against Davey Richards this time around. And
I'm not real happy about that.
Yeah, I don't think Davey's going to take it well either.
I don't think he is either.
No.
Maybe the kicks will be twice as hard.
Yeah, the first match was damn good despite the interference. But yeah, I see that being a really strong match. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's the main event for that Thursday night throwdown. But we have other matches to talk about here. We got 4 other ones that are announced, starting with. There we go. Tag team action. Anakin Murphy and Eli Wilder teaming up after Saturday when they're.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm a little confused about. That those guys are going to team up, and after they try to kill each other in the 4-way. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And they're taking on the Bruisers, which I believe is a couple of Joey's trainees.
That's my assumption. Yes.
I don't know that for sure. I mean, I could very easily be wrong.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see who some of these people are that Joey's been training and that that are, the quote unquote stars of tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed, Minderz. We had Big Man Chen on a couple of episodes ago, and he said
you're disappointed. You're disappointed.
But he said he had something planned for this show, and he was not wrong because.
Yeah.
He's
accompanying
Zach Kennedy in a much-needed cleanse of the 0-1 throwdown roster. I don't know what he means by that, but that's kind of an unlikely pairing, but you never know. I mean, stranger things have worked. But
because he's accompanying Jacques, so we'll I guess he's gonna play the manager role, and we'll see how all that goes. Can you tell I'm thrilled?
I can tell you, over the moon. The Big Man
over the moon.
Wagon to Jacques Kennedy.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what that means, cleansing the roster. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we will see. So.
Yeah.
And then.
All right. Also, sorry.
We got 2 more matches, I think, that are coming up on Thursday.
Talk about it. There's the one we were talking about, Dallas Preacher and CMC.
Here's the thing. I'm super excited to see what Dallas can actually do in the ring, because I saw just how intimidating he can be outside the ring, but I want to see what he can actually do inside the ring.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Here's the thing. That could be a good opponent for Joey. And I know he probably won't go against Joey, but then again...
I think I saw you kind of stir in the pot a little bit when you asked about if any of his trainees could be good enough to beat him. And I kind of put Dallas. He didn't show his hand, so I don't know. But
he didn't show his hand, but hey, it's the truth. If you're saying you're still better than all your trainees, then apparently you're not doing your job good enough, because eventually one of the students is going to beat the teacher.
It takes time, but
but eventually one of the students will beat the teacher.
Eventually, it remains to be seen. But if anybody could do it, conceivably, it could very easily be Dallas Preacher.
Yes.
And also, he had the Lowlifes T-shirt on for the interview, which I appreciated. Rock the brand a little bit. I'm doing the same thing. Get my JTR. Yeah. All right.
I'm just supporting my premiere. So
There you go. I didn't want to say in front of the Lowlifes. I'm buying the Lowlife Suck shirt Saturday. I called Marvin to make sure he had my size. And that's the problem. When you wear 3X, they don't always have your size. So
no, they don't.
Yeah. All right. So this last match kind of has me scratching my head, Minderz, because I don't know what to expect here. All right. So number one, I can't read the name on the fellow on the right. The red print with the pattern there. Big Daddy.
The main attraction with Big Daddy Dion, it looks like.
Okay. Against LDLC, who appears to be a child.
Well, we're okay. I'll be straight up. When I first saw this, it was -1 from AEW, is what I thought, and I feel bad saying that. Yeah, I do. I'm sure they're not a child. I'm sure, but
I'm sure. And I hope we don't come off as disrespectful here.
Yeah, I hope we don't either. But they need to come up with a different promo shot, I think.
Yeah.
And that's terrible that I'm saying that because I like to. Yeah. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm already a little bit leery about this match, though.
But yeah, I don't know anything about either one of these guys, so I'll be curious to see this one.
Yep.
And I think that's all they have announced so far for that show. It's Thursday night, January 5th in Edgewood at the, let me see what the name of the building is, at the Zero-1 USA Dojo in Edgewood, Illinois. $7 general admission or 4 for $20 on a punch card. You can get at the show on Saturday. And excuse me. And yeah, so that's what we have to look forward to there. And then what's this? Oh yeah, same thing. I'm trying to keep track of all my thumbnails here. But I think we've done some good business here, Minderz. What do you think? I think this is a pretty strong play here.
I think it has been. I just want to say thanks to the Lowlifes again for coming on the show. And I might have tried to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't expect us to get all of them on. It was awesome that they were all able to come on and join us.
It was. So next week we'll have to see what day next week do we want to do this. We need to have a recap show.
I think Wednesday will work. And yeah, we'll guess to be determined. We'll figure that out Saturday probably. And before we say goodbye, I'll pay the bills real quick. ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod to all your Jumping the Rail Podcast Network attire for our flagship Jumping the Rail podcast. And I guess one of these days we'll get some Zero-1 Shootout stuff going once I figure out how we can use the logo without getting in trouble.
Well, hopefully next week I will have I will wear one of my 2 new Jumping the Rail shirts that I have on the way.
Okay, you'll have to let me know just in case, because I don't want to be twinsies.
I'll wear the one that we definitely won't be twinsies with.
Does it rhyme with
the Ladies Love Wrestling 2?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't have that one.
I got the Ladies Love Wrestling 2, and I got Life's Hard Work Stiff.
Yeah, yep. That's kind of my mantra. So that might be the one I go with. I haven't decided yet.
Then I'll make sure to wear the pink one.
Even though I'll wear the pink one because I have no pink shirts.
Okay.
Yeah. So until next Wednesday, guest TBA. Hopefully you go zero1usa.com/tickets. Get tickets for Saturday. You won't be disappointed. It's an awesome show. It should be interesting with the Lowlifes running things. And yeah, and then check out the shows on YouTube from 2022 if you want to catch up on some of these guys. And until next week, we have, let me scroll here. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, Minderz. So for Mindy Elam, this is Mark Reb, and we will see you guys next week.